we're now joined by Xavier Brown, who's going to stop by, the point guard from Jamestown High School, who is headed to James Madison University to play his college basketball, playing with Team Loaded, who got themselves a nice victory here in their last game here at the Hoop Group Southern Jam Fest. And Ed has already said it, I think, to me off air. He's going to win a championship this weekend. This guy, Xavier Brown's going to get some buckets. He played first at Surrey, won a state championship there, then went on to Jamestown, played at Oak Hill Academy, and then finished up at Jamestown. 50 points in his last game, and now is signed to play at James Madison. First of all, congratulations. How you been?
I've been all right, man. Just taking it one day at a time, getting prepared for college, and man, I'm really gonna miss this. I just told my dad, like, I remember the early morning games when you were like third, fourth grade. You couldn't sleep at night. So I'm just kind of taking in every moment and just enjoying my time.
Well, tell us about JMU. What made you choose the Dukes? And I know you're excited to get down there and play in the Sun Belt. Could have some nice rivalry games with Old Dominion, huh?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Old Dominion. We play Marshalls in there now this year, and App State. They recruited me pretty hard, but they didn't get the job done. So I really love JMU's campus. It was beautiful. It's modern. Everything's up to date, and we got a great group of coaches that just made me feel at home. It felt like a family atmosphere as soon as I stepped on campus. So it really was a no-brainer for me.
Well, first of all, young man, I got to congratulate you on getting it. I'm real happy that you're staying in the state. A lot of guys your level always want to go away. You're staying in the state. That's number one. You picked a school. Academically, what are you hoping to do eventually?
Communications, major in communications, minor in business and marketing.
Okay, so
for our job.
Take our job and make a lot of money doing it. Okay, that's smart.
Yes, sir.
You learn well from your dad.
It'll be the Xavier Brown and Ed Young show.
There you go. I'll take him anytime, boy. I'll take him anytime.
I love to work with you.
In case you forget down the road, we never played you in a regular season game. We played you over there on that court over there on the other side on the red
cheated.
side.
Don't listen to him. He cheated.
He dropped 28 on us but we were geared to stop him. But we won the game. Now your dad will say no. But like you've done in the past, don't listen to your dad. And now that you're leaving your dad, you're allowed to speak now. I mean, you're never going to leave your dad. You're leaving your Coach Brown.
Yep.
What was it like to play for Coach Brown, the coach, let alone Coach Brown, the father? If you can make a separation, what's it like playing for your dad?
It's the greatest experience ever. Like
when he yelled at you.
Yeah, even when he yells at me. Honestly, I said it in an article one time. Everything's my fault. You know what I mean?
Well, parents always blame the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to blame themselves?
I can be sitting next to him. It's my fault.
Right.
I can be in the kitchen making food. It's my fault.
Your fault.
So
who left the back door open? You did. Even though you were in bed?
Yeah.
You did.
I did it.
Who left the dog out? He did.
I did.
Okay.
So, honestly, it was a great experience. My dad isn't just a great coach. He's a great trainer. Like, he doesn't really get credit for his training, but I've seen him take a kid that doesn't know how to play basketball at all and make him a superstar. So it's just really amazing that he's really gifted. My dad's really gifted.
Since you had experience, in case somebody's listening to a kid or a dad, what would you tell somebody who's a player and he's going to play for their dad? In all honesty, what do you have to understand about that? Because sometimes people can't separate.
Take the lesson out of what he's saying, not the tone of his voice. Sometimes your father is going to yell at you because he feels like elevating his voice gets the message across to you, but you got to listen to what he's saying, not how he's saying it. And that really took me a long way, and just understanding like the bigger picture, not what's going on in the moment. And my dad really helps me separate that, because we have this rule. After a game, we have a 24-hour rule before we can talk about what happened last night. So you can get all your emotions out and really get to business.
Last one for me, because we're almost out of time. We're talking with Xavier Brown of Jamestown High School, set to play his college hoops at James Madison University, playing for Team Loaded this weekend here at the Hoop Group Southern Jam Fest on ESPN Radio 94.1. One thing that I'm fascinated by, and I'm sure your dad, Coach Brown, Coach Young will be interested in this too, Xavier, is you put up major numbers all throughout your high school career. One of the things that's impressed me most, and you're playing with a lot of talented guys here this weekend, Dennis Parker and Yuri Mans and a list of guys, Judah Egbo, one of your former teammates at Jamestown, is you're always communicating on the floor and talking. Tell us how big that is, especially as you go into college. You'll be a new guy, but certainly you want to have those leadership and vocal skills, correct?
Yeah, leadership has gotten me to where I am today. Honestly, that's like been the biggest separator for me over the course of my high school career, just growing into that leader role at a young age, freshman, sophomore, like just realizing what my role was. Like you said, I played with a ton of talented guys, MJ Rice, Chris Livingston. Those guys are going to Kentucky and Kansas, the Blue Bloods. So just finding your role in that niche and just being you. Also, like learning from those guys, it helps when you're playing with other guys that are younger than you and you're the top dog. So it really takes you a long way.
Yeah, those battles at Oak Hill paid off for him, Ed.
Well, I tell you what, he's just done a tremendous job. I got to coach against him, like I said, not regular season. He's a son of a gun. You have to game plan for him. He's excitable out there. And I remember he won't remember this. In a warm-up line one time, I told him in handshake line, I said, son, you got a lot of talent. You're going to go a long way. You were a freshman or sophomore. I said, you're going to go a long way. Listen to your coach, because I know it was your dad. I said, calm down out there. Think about the next play. He won't remember that stuff. Doesn't matter. He's already done it. He's going to JMU. The kid's great. And I wish him the best, because thank God I ain't got to never play against him again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you for having me, and thank you guys for tuning
Last thing before we get out of here. Who imitates your dad the best in the locker room? Who was the best imitator of Coach Brown? What was it, you?
No.
Okay.
It was him when he was at WCA. Clavon Green.
Oh, I remember Clavon.
He's the greatest imitation of my dad. He'll do it like mid-game. He'll be like, this is what your dad says. I'll never forget at ODU camp, my 8th grade year when I was going into 9th grade. We were all playing over there, and he's like, come on, man. And I was like, this sounds just like my dad. Like, it's ridiculous. And he's really good at it. He still does. I saw him the other day.
That's tremendous.
Watching my dad. So.
Well, thanks so much. Congrats again on going to JMU. Good luck this weekend and beyond. We'll all be rooting for you in the 7-5-7 and looking forward to those battles here on ESPN Radio 94.1 with the Monarchs of ODU and the Dukes of JMU. Thanks so much.
Congrats to you, young
Xavier Brown of Jamestown High School and Team Loaded with us here. And that's going to conclude our edition here of 7-5-7 Saturday Sports Talk, a jam-packed edition. We thank all of our guests from Xavier Brown to Lamar Barrett, Josh Merkel, Steve Keller, Junior Burrow, Trevor Dorsey, John Krikorian. For Al, Jimmy, Dino back in our Virginia Beach studios. I'm Matt Hatfield. You are?
I'm the coach, Ed Young, and I hope they bring me back again.
Oh, I know. I'm probably going to have to pay like all these late fines. ESPN Radio 94.1. Take care, everyone.